Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we're going to be looking at the 2024 Volvo XC90 Recharge. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Volvo here in Salt Lake City, Utah for giving me some time with this XC90. This particular one is still available for sale for the time being, so if you're interested, I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out this and the rest of the cars they have. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a hybrid turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 455 horsepower and then 523 pound-feet of torque. Now this has an 18.8 kilowatt-hour battery pack, giving it 33 miles of electric driving range. The MPGe rating is 58, whereas the MPG rating without any hybrid assist whatsoever is 27 miles per gallon. Now before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now starting with the hood, you guys can see how it falls off on either side, and then notice how it's just flat there in the center. Looks pretty coul. We've got Volvo's signature Thor's Hammer LED daytime running lights, and then look at all of the silver trim here on the grille with the Volvo logo front and center. Then we do have some parking sensors here at the bottom as well. And putting it all together, I've always been a fan of the front end style of the XC90. I think it just looks so imposing. I love it. Coming around the side here, our turn wheel setup is 275 40 21 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see here with the wheels, you got the silver there on the top, and then notice how you've got like little black inserts as well. Putting it all together, it actually looks really cool. We've got these nice body painted fender flares. You can see that bodywork continues along the side, and then look at the silver trim as well. And then we've got more silver trim around the windows. And then here's your full side view with the XC90. Now here's a quick look at the key fob. We have our Volvo logo here, our lock and unlock function, the opening here for the hatch as well, and pop her open. Now I've got pretty good cargo space behind the third row, pretty typical for a SUV in this particular size segment. And you guys can see we've got the 12 volt here in the back. We got our charging cable here that comes with the car. You can throw the third row down if you want more storage space, and you guys can see the cargo cover there that's put in. So obviously if you have the third row down, then you can put the cargo cover further back so then you have more of your cargo covered. That was kind of random to say. And I guess we'll quickly talk about the third row itself. I've gotten in the back of the third row of many, or XC90, I almost said CX90. I'm getting my cars mixed up apparently. But the third row, you can fit adults back here, but it's better suited for kids. And when you're all done, just press this button right here and that'll lower the hatch down. It also has the foot activated lowering. And then look at the taillight design here. It looks like a bow, really cool. And then you guys can see all of the badges, including our Recharge badge, and then parking sensors here at the bottom. And wrapping things up, let me know what you guys think about the looks here of the XC90. Now taking a look at the door panel, we've got soft touch here at the top, and look at the wood trim that goes across. You can see all of the padding here as well, and then look at the handle too. And then here the seat's got that nice cowhide texture that goes all the way down the center, and then you got your adjustment there on the side. Now legroom here in the second row is actually really good. We've got a little storage pocket here, we've got some vents, we have our own climate zone back here as well as heated seats, some USB action there. And then you guys can see some cup holder action as well. And then last but not least, headroom. It's good. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see soft touch here at the top, and then look at the wood trim that goes across. We've got our memory seat function there, and then you guys can see with the mirrors to do blind spot monitoring, and then also more padding down below. And I like this with the little controls. That looks pretty cool. Mirror adjustments too. They do power fold in, if you're wondering. And then here's the front seat again. You can see with all of the trim, power adjustments on the side, and then you got your gas cap release right here, and then you guys can see here for the trunk release. And then by the way, that's your port for the charging for the car. So taking a look at the steering wheel, soft touch all around. You got some practical controls here on the front, including like our cruise control, for example, and then just your regular stocks there on the back. Now here's a quick look at the gauge cluster. Pretty simplistic with the overall design, which I really like, and the camera doesn't want to focus on it whatsoever. Sorry about that, but you guys can see here off to the side. There you go, now you can see. It shows us the hybrid information, so you guys can see we've got 0 miles of range on the EV side of things, but then full tank of gas, 430 miles there. And then notice it lets you know if you're using power, if you're charging, all that kind of stuff. Now I've got this 360 camera system, and in Volvo fashion, you guys can see that it shows you the camera view on the side of the car that you're looking out of, which I've always thought is hilarious. It's very logical, that is for sure. Now as for the rest of the infotainment screen, response time with the screen itself is really good. Now if we pop into the settings tab and we go to driving, this This is where we can change the different drive modes. Right now in hybrid, you got power, pure, which is full electric, off-road, constant all-wheel drive, and then battery. You can obviously do auto, hold, charge as well. Pretty cool system. And then if we go on the climate side of things, you guys can see the dual zone climate and everything. And then we also have heated seats and heated steering wheel. Soft touch here on the dash, which is really nice. Then you guys can see the trim down below, and then look at the wood trim. Goes across. That looks really nice. And then you can see more in this area right here, and then like little volume control for the radio, and also glove box button. Always a fun feature to have. And then we've got this little storage area, and I love the wood trim. It has a very nice look and feel to it. Got the shifter where you can like stick your fingers through it. Engine, stop, start, parking, brake, your auto hold as well. And then you can see with the center console, good storage. And look at the trim here on the top as well. And last but not least, you got your slider here at the top for the panoramic sunroof. Now taking a look at the window sticker here, you guys can see 2024 XC90 Recharge. Lots of equipment here, standard equipment. Base MSRP is now $73,600. This one is an all-wheel drive plus for those of you wondering. Few options on this particular one. After all options, $77,615. And if you guys want me to do like a fully loaded one with all of the options, let me know. But anyways, let's see how this one drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood, both the mirrors, and through the rest of the rear. And, well, I guess we'll adjust the GoPro a little bit. Then we'll kind of set off. By the way, I love the wood trim in this. I don't know what it is, but just the darker coloration and, again, having kind of like a grainy feel, I'm all about it. I'm all about it. I'm also always excited to review the Recharge version, because I feel like the Recharge is what everyone wants with the Volvos nowadays, right? So first off, seat comfort's pretty dang good. I do like the texturing on the seats too. This type of material and tech and how they've done the texturing, everything's easy to clean. But the other part of it that's really cool is it holds up well over time. So I think that is a big plus. Love the steering. You could basically steer with one finger if you wanted. Okay, I guess I'm getting to that point in the day where I'm getting a little loopy. It's a good way to put it. Damping so far is pretty good. Going over the little bump there. Let's see what the acceleration's like right off the bat. We've got obviously a bigger acceleration in the future, and I don't think, again, I'm just gonna double check. I don't think that's a sport mode. I do have a power mode, so I guess we'll pop it in the power mode when we get our full-blown acceleration. But I mean, right off the bat, it does feel punchier compared to the B6 powertrain in the XC90. Definitely feels punchier than that. There is no doubt about that. Turn signal sound is pretty cool. This has this nice snappy sound. Handles pretty well for being a 3-row SUV. Again, the ride quality is good, and this is not the air suspension model, so I think that's impressive. Pop into the power mode. This is where things get crazy. We'll have 2 liters of accelerating fury. Wow, okay, that's actually fast. Whoa, that moves. That really does move. That's pretty crazy. Good thing we got a red light. Normally I'm annoyed, but this will be a good chance to sum things up and get us one last acceleration. So, interior wise, I really like it. I think the touch points are all really nice. It has a pretty tight feel overall. I love this wood trim. I think that's a very nice touch, kind of how that's put together. No crystal shifter though, which is always interesting. But yeah, everything just makes sense, and it's kind of more simplistic with the design, which I appreciate, and I think that's kind of what Volvo is going for, is more like simplistic luxury. However, I will have one complaint. I understand that Volvo is a Swedish company, and they probably don't need air-conditioned seats in Sweden because it's not hot there. But for the rest of the world, it does get hot, and so it would be nice if Volvo invested in putting AC seats in more of their vehicles. You can get air-conditioned seats, but it's like, you get like the top line package. I think they should kind of spread that out throughout more of the lineup. And a little tire spin there. Yeah, this thing moves. This thing moves, that's for sure. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Recharge, but I think this is the, and the sales figures kind of show this is the Volvo to get. I love the B6 powertrain, but the Recharge is just it's fast, and you have so much utility with the plug-in hybrid setup.